You know what I want to try doing on the podcast?
What?
I want to try harmonizing, because we can probably do that. Because you don't need to be in time, you just need to do a note. I think it'd be really funny to start off the podcast with that.
That'd be pretty cool.
Hello.
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 Well, but the thing is, it will cut out our voices over the top of each other when someone else is talking. Okay. Hello.
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 Hello. Hello.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Right. Digby, I think it's your turn to do an introduction.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
Preparing yourself.
Hello. Welcome back.
Hello.
I don't think I can top Yanni.
No, Digby. Yan did one.
Your
I
turn.
think. Yan, did you do one? Have you done one, Yan?
I've
I
done
don't
one.
think he has. I don't remember it.
I've done an
Yanni
outro,
said
right?
bye in the last one. Digby, it's your turn.
It is Digby's turn. I have strong feelings towards Digby doing it.
What if I leave the band just for like 5 minutes?
You can leave the band, but you can't leave the podcast, Digby.
You do something like a musical, like the pan. You're like, oh, turn it up. It's the Riversiders podcast, or something like that. Or like,
Yeah. Don't say that though. That's horrific.
press play. Or
Hello. Thank you for
What's that
joining
you're
us on the
listening
Riversiders podcast. What's that you're listening to? Is that the Riversiders podcast? No way.
I think, you know what, you guys are way better at this than I am.
No, come on, Digby. Come on.
I'm just going to keep it casual.
Keep it cool and casual, like a cool cucumber.
Okay. Hello, everyone. We're the Riversiders. My name's Digby.
Hello,
Oh, yeah,
Digby.
shit. I was waiting for myself to say hello.
You're waiting for yourself to say hello. Oh my god.
I forgot that.
Oh my god.
Hello, everyone. We're the Riversiders. My name's Digby. I'm here with Alfie
Hello.
and Essa.
Hello.
So, what are we talking about today?
We're with Yan as well.
You forgot Yanni.
I think it's being on purpose.
Oh.
No.
Mate.
Let's not throw any shade here, Digby.
Oh
Alright,
my
fine.
God.
And I guess Yanni's here as well.
Yeah.
Digby, you're my least favourite.
Thing is it's a mutual.
Have I missed
Don't worry.
something? What's this beef all about?
Basically, Yanni turned me down and I'm really salty about it.
Oh no.
I mean, we were talking about shipping last week, and you guys didn't actually get shipped, so maybe you're compensating. Did you guys listen to the last podcast?
Yeah, it was pretty
I need
good.
to ask Mom not to listen to it.
Really?
I'm not having her listen to the last podcast.
What was wrong with
I
the
did
last
listen to it.
podcast? Oh, yeah, the stories. I thought I made it sound not that bad.
Yeah, thank you. There, you cut out a couple things, which thank you.
I
Cut
thought-
out that bit as well, because otherwise you'll think. Just I can't have a listen to this podcast anymore. I'm sorry. It's too dangerous.
Yeah, my parents stopped after the second one.
There goes half our audience.
Half of our audience. I can't tell if they're doing well or just awfully, and I can't tell if they should be doing well or what.
I am just happy they exist in YouTube.
Yeah, me too.
I think we should keep doing these and just pile a bunch of them in YouTube. It'll be like, if nothing comes out of it, then it'll still be an amazing thing to go back to and listen to ourselves.
Yeah,
in like
true.
5 years' time or whatever.
Definitely true. This is the 5th episode. We've done this for 5 weeks. I was about to say months. I was like, it's not monthly, is it? It's weekly. We've done this for 5 weeks.
That's pretty good.
We're very consistent.
Consistent.
Well, it's either we record it either on a Monday or a Sunday, and we release every Sunday, and it's going pretty good. I think I'm happy with all the episodes are sort of smooth, but also sort of shit.
I think we'll get better at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the editing was really good.
You said some good stuff. So I should just take the compliment. I'm not very good at that.
Hate taking compliments.
Digby, you're so beautiful.
And we have that laugh as like the opening to our next song.
You want that laugh to
Can
be
we
the
just
end?
remix that laugh?
Just sample that laugh.
That's the riff.
Guys,
Yeah.
today I cooked a dinner for the family, but while I was cooking, I cut my finger. I almost chopped it. Like it's still aching.
What did you?
So bad.
What is
What
it
were-
still
what were
attached
you
to your
cutting?
hand?
Yeah, thankfully, but it's pretty deep.
But wait, what were you cutting?
I was cutting a plastic bag that a minced beef was in, and I was so done with it. I mean, I literally cut my hand. Like,
You can't even make it past the packaging.
yeah, I know. It was like 2 minutes into the cooking.
What the fuck? Wait, so where is it on your finger?
On my right hand index finger.
Is it bleed? Did it bleed a lot?
Yeah, like half my blood got out before I managed to plaster it. I have to eat a lot of tomatoes to gain that back.
Is that a thing? Where did you find that out?
When I was a kid, grown-ups told me that tomato makes blood. I'm sticking with that
Is that 'cause
knowledge.
it's red.
I guess so.
They're like, oh, red things make other red things. It's just logic.
It's science, really.
Is
I thought, why
science
didn't
related
you
to
tell us
math?
about your reading?
Oh yeah, I do family readings every night after dinner
What do you
with the
read?
family. We read this Turkish history thing about how Ottoman Empire died and Turkey came out the ashes of it like a phoenix.
Okay.
Pretty cool stuff. But we read that because my mom was pretty pissed off that my sister didn't know any Turkish history. So now we're forcing her to like read with us.
All the history I know is from horrible histories.
Great
Apparently,
show.
they teach you a lot.
So your sister might know quite a lot about English history.
Probably because we had to take this test for it.
Oh yeah, the citizenship test.
Did she do it as well?
Yeah, and my mom.
That'd be kind of
I think
awkward if like one of you didn't get through.
I think I
You
barely
thought They
passed.
went where you.
I could smuggle you. I could smuggle you into my house, I think.
Do you remember
I
any
can
of the
live
questions?
underneath your.
Floorboards.
Yeah,
I won't let them take you, Esat. They won't deport you today.
guys,
It's
where
new
did
and
the
Craig.
where did the people hide Jews when the Nazis came?
They had the train. No, that's a slave trade, I think.
Yeah, but they weren't hiding him on the train.
No, but there was like a code word. Unless I'm confusing that with the slave trade, like where they would have escaped slaves going to like,
the underground
the
railroad.
underground railway road.
People would hide them inside their houses, like underneath their
Yeah, like the
floor,
attic,
right?
or like
Yeah,
underneath.
yeah. So I
Wow.
can do the same thing.
Okay, yeah, I can hide you in my attic if they ever. The thing is, what we could do is play such loud music that they'd be like, "Oh, they're definitely not hiding anything."
How does
What is
that
the
work?
logic there? What is the logic?
Well, it's like hiding in plain sight, you know. They'll come up and they'll be like, "Oh, let's say in a weird world, which hopefully will never come true, of like where UKIP is in control of the country and they're deporting everyone left, right, and centre."
Digby's just in the House of Parliament, just like having a drink with Nigel Farage.
Yeah. Okay, Digby's chosen not dictator. Digby's chosen RC politician for this week is Nigel Farage, is it? Would you go on
I
a
just
bender
thinking-
with Nigel Farage, Digby?
Nah, he's a bit of a dick.
Okay, so you
I
could have
think we
said
talked
that
about this
to.
before. I think he drew the line at Farage like 2 episodes ago.
Cause like
He said yes to Stalin.
I don't know about no, I wouldn't go out with Stalin. I think I'd be a bit scared of him like getting me killed or something.
You said he had a cool mustache.
He does have a great mustache. Can't deny that. But no, because at least with like Boris Johnson, I don't know why it's because like he's a dick. I don't like his politics, but he looks like he'd be a lot of fun to go out with.
So you'd laugh
Farage is-
at him rather than with him, though.
Yeah.
Okay, that's excusable.
Also, no, that's a good point though. Like Esa, if you wanna, well, anyone who's listening, if you want to just trade for your citizens test in England, just watch Horrible Histories.
Yeah, but there's a lot more than that, isn't it? It's like, when did England win the World Cup? And no,
Sure, it's
when...
not.
Do you remember
At
any
some point.
questions? That's that.
Um,
Do you remember any?
Yeah, of course. One of the best ones, in my opinion, was where did this king hide after he lost the war?
Was it up a tree?
Yeah, up an oak tree.
Was that
who's
the War of
he?
the Roses?
Yeah.
Oh,
Charles
see,
II. or
horrible
something.
histories. Horrible histories for the win again.
Yeah, I
Love
told
that.
you, just horrible histories, man.
I saw this thing about history. Like, there's this king. I think it was like Charles. It was Charles II of Spain, I think. And basically, his family tree is a circle. He has two parents. They have loads of kids. They have loads of kids. Those kids will marry each other. Those kids will marry each other. And then they get to him. He looks a bit odd. Let's just say that. The gene pool is very
Well-
tight.
I think it's ridiculous, some of the
More of a
questions you have
family
to
tree.
answer, though. I mean, look, it's like shit, like no British person knows unless they got a degree in history.
I remember one of the questions I got wrong now. It was about dog
The guy with the chin.
thingies.
Sorry, Sam.
What you're supposed to have on your dog's name tag thing.
Oh, but you don't. What if you
What?
don't own a dog, though?
Yeah, I don't, and I got it wrong. But apparently, I said you're supposed to have the dog's name and your phone number, but apparently you're supposed to have your name and your.
But that
Phone
doesn't make
number.
any sense. How do they know what to call the dog?
I know,
Wait,
right?
You said the dog. Did you say the dog's number?
I said dog's name and my number, which makes sense to me because you
Yeah,
want
that,
to
I
call the
reckon
dog.
that is
Yeah,
what it is.
Apparently, no, you're not.
But
supposed to
apparently
have
it's
the
not.
dog's name.
Apparently, you have to have your name and your number. on it.
Because if someone tries to steal your dog and they know its name, then they can steal it more easily.
I guess so.
Oh, okay.
See, Yanni's
okay.
the clever one.
Jan has a dog.
Yeah, but my dog's collar has his name on.
Does it?
Yeah.
Well, what happens if
I
your
mean-
name is the same as the dog's name?
Oh, yeah, that's a win-win.
A win-win for the robber who then gets to steal you as well.
I was actually named after the dog.
An old
Digby is a
dog.
dog's name.
It is.
No,
But
no.
it's Alfie.
Alfie is more
I
of a
looked
dog's
up-
name.
I looked it up yesterday because I was wondering where the name actually came
It's a
from.
kids' TV show.
There was a movie called Digby, the Biggest Dog in the World. And when I lived in France,
It's so accurate.
and when I lived in France, we actually had some family friends, and their dog was called Digby.
No way.
But then I looked up the definition, and apparently it comes from like old Anglo-Saxon, Old English,
Uh-huh.
and it either means dike or ditch.
What?
I swear.
Dike?
What?
Dike?
Means dike.
What's a
and ditch.
dike?
What is a dyke? Yeah.
A dike's like a
That's
lesbian.
rude word.
Yeah.
What?
A
like
dike's a
slang.
rude word for a lesbian.
Dike. Wait, let me look up the meaning.
Obviously, I
That's
don't think
lovely.
it meant
That's
that
a
at the
lovely
time.
name, man.
I don't think it meant that at the time, but that's what it means now.
Digby is an English name or Old English dick, dike, ditch, the Old Norse shit.
Oh yeah, because apparently a Digby is a ditch that's just slightly bigger than normal ditches.
At least you can carry that. Wear that proudly, Digby.
Yeah, I'm either a lesbian or above average ditch.
Apparently, it's a very rare boy's name. The
Oh,
name is
how
so
nice.
so rare in the US that the last time more than 4 males were named Digby was 2009. If
Digby, you're
yeah.
a rare specimen.
in the US as
Um,
well, only 4 at the same time were called Digby that year.
Though I saw a thing though about they were talking about like famous Digbys throughout history, and there was fuck all, but there was one guy called, I think it was like Everett Digby, and
Everett
oh,
Digby.
he was part of the gunpowder plot
Oh, really?
with Guy Fawkes and
What are the
stuff.
chances of that?
And
What is the gunpowder plot?
you know about Guy Fawkes?
No, educate me, please.
Okay, so
Basi-
they were trying to blow up this you know about the sort of wars between Protestants and Catholics, right? Throughout
yeah,
the years,
yeah.
basically, kings and queens would come and go, and sometimes they'd be Protestant, in which case they'd burn all the Catholics, and sometimes they were
Yeah.
Catholics, in which case they'd burn all the Protestants. And
Makes sense.
I think, basically, King James came in, and he was a Protestant, and
Yeah.
the Catholics, Guy Fawkes and his bunch of Catholic buddies, decided they were going to blow up the king, and they got foiled, right?
But they were going to blow up like Parliament.
Oh yeah, they were going to blow up
Same time.
Parliament, and they failed, and then they got burnt, I think.
Yeah,
which is
apparently
why-
Digby
yeah.
ended up getting like hung, drawn, and quartered, and taken his heart and beheaded.
Holy crap!
That's quite a
People
lot.
But do you know Parliament Hill?
Only one of those is enough, right?
Yeah, hung drawing quarters sounded rough. Do you know Parliament Hill though?
I mean, I don't know where it is or what it looks like.
It's
But
like a really nice park. It's like a really nice hill in London, and it's called Parliament Hill because that's where some of the members were, so they could see when Parliament was blown up. They could see it from that hill.
Do you guys remember the rhyme?
The rhyme.
Remember
Remember
the
the
something in November.
5th of November? I don't remember.
remember
the rhyme.
November?
No, remember the 5th of November. Something,
Come on,
something.
that's your English now.
Yeah, you're English, Asat. You should know this. Come on, because obviously we all know
Don't get me deported, please.
it.
Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder treason and plot. I see no reason why gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Go Fawkes, 'twas his intent to blow up the king in the Parliament. Okay. 3 barrels of powder below, poor old England to overthrow. By God's providence, he was catched with no E. Dark lantern and burning match. Holla boys, let the bells ring. Holla boys, God save the king.
That sounds like a mixture.
A penny loaf
Oh,
to feed
he's still
the
going.
Pope, a farthing of cheese to choke him. Okay, this is actually just quite fucked up.
Yeah.
Well,
It
yeah,
is.
dude, it's old English, man. Old nursery rhymes are all based around horrific things that happened, right? Like
Oh,
Ring
yeah,
a Ring the
Round,
Roses.
Round. I was just about to say.
Ring a Ring the Roses, the plague.
Yeah.
London's burning. Quite, Fire of
London
London.
Bridge is falling down.
There's all sorts of crazy shit that happened that is recorded through these strange nursery rhymes that are actually really scary.
No, seriously.
What people been doing this week?
Pretty much nothing.
Uni
Right.
work.
Oh yeah, lessons, uni lessons.
Uni started again.
Finally, it's been so long.
Hey guys, we were talking about maybe living together.
Oh yeah.
My uni flat, there's been food going missing.
Oh.
Oh
Full
no,
of thief.
you got a thief, dude. We won't have thieves when we're living together. Like,
Well, you didn't let him finish us up. Maybe he's the thief.
oh,
He's actually been stockpiling for when we move into a band house.
Yeah.
are you the thief, Yanni?
No, I'm not. I don't even know if there is, but someone was saying their snacks were going missing, and we were like, oh, it must be the cleaners, because we trust. Everyone seems too sweet in the flat. Yeah.
Why is that? The cleaners aren't going to steal things, man.
Yeah, but my theory is, right, because it's in halls, in uni halls, if they take a little bit from each flat, each kitchen, they could live off that for a month.
You need to you know what you should do?
Who is doing the cleaning? Is it like Gollum or something?
The precious. I find the snacks in the fridge. They were noticed.
That's a
No.
pretty good golem voice.
That's actually a great golem.
Thanks.
No, but you know what you need to do, Yanni? You need to set up a camera.
Webcam, yeah.
Hmm.
I was thinking of doing a Poirot type thing, where I sort of just get everyone sat down, and then I deduce it, and then it's the
Oh,
big
yeah.
reveal.
Oh yeah. Okay. I would pay money to watch that.
Back to Yanni. That would be so good.
Inspector Yanni, the snack thief finder. Tell me then, Mr. Gotchan, why did I find the Kit Kat wrapper in your bin?
It wasn't me.
Well, it couldn't have been you, could it? Because your alibi is sound. Well, let us move quickly on to Mr. Ovenden over here. Where were
It's
you
all
when the
the
Kit Kat
chef.
went missing? At precisely
Having a
8
wank.
p.m. Having a wank, okay, yeah.
But it's always the chef, though, isn't it?
And then they go, yeah, that's right, I did it. And they suddenly turn really evil.
You would have done it. Anyone would have done it if they were in my position.
Now,
Okay.
how hard can it be to write a detective murder mystery?
Pretty easy, I hear.
Pretty fun. Yeah, I
Okay.
hear.
Someone was telling me the other day about this horror film, and it was kind of like a, below budget B-Tech horror film. And the whole
Those are
point
the
is-
worst.
And it's set in a kebab shop. Apparently, I think some guys come in and they give the guy a hard time, probably about his race or something. And then basically, I think he comes in at some point and he kills him, and then he uses him as like in like
Turns
kebab
him
shops.
into.
Like
Let
that.
me guess. Let me guess. He turns him
big
into a kebab.
Stick.
Yeah, like the big bits of meat though that like
Yeah.
you get in
Yeah.
kebab shop. He like basically like puts his like body on that, and then like his
That's
mates come in
horrific.
and he just like feeds them his mate, and then yeah.
How lovely.
I got recommended a really weird YouTube video yesterday of a man for National Geographic going to meet and talk. He had a feast with some cannibals.
What?
Oh, I
Wow.
saw that. Is that when he gets really scared?
Well, I didn't have the guts to watch all of it. They didn't eat any people, but they had like a pig, and apparently pigs are so rare and they're like worshipped and stuff that like they eat literally every part of the pig. Like at first they gave him like a prime cut, and then they gave him like an eyeball. And he was like, okay, so how do I do? He was being all English about it. He was like, okay, so what do I put it in whole or something? But like he I didn't see all of it, but he looked shit scared. Like he if you don't eat the bits of the pig, then let that go to waste. You're gonna be eaten.
Makes sense.
It'd be quite scary to be fair.
Dude, it'd be fucking terrifying. If they're willing to eat other people, like.
If people eat other people, it kind of fucks them up mentally and and it's like
You get
chemical, not
disease.
even.
In your brain.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
shit.
does something to you where you become more aggressive or something like that. I think, like
What?
chemically in your brain, from eating other human meat. I don't know where I heard that,
That
but
I feel like that, whilst I have no proof of that whatsoever, I feel like that is entirely plausible for some reason.
Yeah, I
no,
think that's
obviously.
why it's slipped down on in like all these societies. I think because we've evolved because it's like really bad for you.
That's the reason. It's because it's not healthy.
It's just bad for your hygiene.
I can't eat him. He's got a high fat content. I'm
No
dieting.
carbs before marbs.
No carbs before marbs.
Yeah, it's not even carbs though, is it?
No, I don't think so. Did you manage to get through that whole video, Jan?
Oh no, I don't know. I think I saw a different clip where it was like just the head cannibal was like getting really pissed off at him, and he was just so scared. And I think the cameraman was like, "Just stay." He was like, "I really want to go." The cameraman was like, "Stay."
Fucking hell, man. No, if they offered you £1 million to go and spend a day with the cannibal society, the cannibals, would you take it?
Yeah.
I would.
To be fair though, is
You
there
might
like
get eaten.
that idea? Yeah, it's like it's not for certain if they will or won't eat you though, is it?
And it's not for certain that they won't make you eat someone else.
It is not certain that I won't eat them either.
Actually, no, I will because if I just bring £50 worth of food with me or
Bring a
£100 worth of food
sacrifice.
with me to make sure that they don't run out of food, then it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That
pretty
was the
clever.
cannibals are
Diggy.
living next to a Tesco.
Do you say what happens if the cannibals are living next to a Tesco?
No, I doubt that they are.
No, but you
They're
can.
probably like in the desert or something.
They might live in the forest. You
Yeah,
just
I
have to
imagine they would
bring
live
a
in a
sword or something. I don't know. Do something.
not a gun, a sword.
Well,
How
they
much?
look. If you kill them with a sword, then maybe they'll eat the guy that you've just killed. They don't want to
Would
eat
you
a guy
eat
who's been
human
shot.
For a
Or
million?
if we just do what the British Empire did for the last few hundred years and bring guns and just make them terrified of us.
So that they eat you. They're more likely to eat you if you make them terrified. Plus,
Not
let's
if
not
you're in a tank.
screw colonialism, man. We don't need
Not if you're in a
that.
tank.
They can't eat you if you're in
You
a tank.
guys
That's
eat-
true.
Colonialism
humans.
is so old.
Old
What's it
school.
called? But old school
Overrated?
sounds cool. It's supposed to be like
No school like the old
OG.
school. Sorry, Jan, you were saying something.
Would you eat a human for £1 million?
No,
What part of the human?
And there's like a
testicles.
thigh?
of course. Would you eat
Is
a
it
human
raw or
thigh?
cooked?
They
No,
s-
like cooked, like prepared, like a Nando's meal, but it's human.
Is the
No.
person okay with this? Is like the person giving us consent to be eaten?
You don't know. It's like how
Mystery
much you know
meat.
about the chicken you're eating.
It's
It's how much you know
mystery.
about the human.
That's a good point.
Like the thing is, like it sounds awful, but £1 million is a lot of money.
I'd bargain to get more out of it.
Apparently,
How about $1 billion?
a billion? I feel like if I was set up for life, someone would be like, "How did you get that £1 billion?" I'd be like, "I ate someone's leg."
You know
in
what?
a
the
Nando's
thing is-
style meal, butterfly human burger. I'd be like a little bit embarrassed to say that.
Fuck it. I'll be the one on like a private yacht.
Would you let someone eat your leg for £1 million?
Then I'm losing a leg.
No, you just lose a small
I would-
chunk of your leg, which
Oh, then
you've already
fuck
done,
yeah.
to be honest.
Fuck yeah. You
And
know
then
what?
to
Again,
remove a bit.
£1 million is a lot of money. I feel like getting this wrong. Maybe if you do like a lower price range.
The lower price range.
Would you eat your own leg if it was cooked for you?
No. I feel like
no
I'm too
money
freaked
involved.
out. Would you? No, dude. No. Why? What even is that even a question?
For money,
For how much money?
$1 million.
Million.
Would you eat your own leg? Okay, let's take away the money aspect. Let's say, would you eat your own leg for guaranteed that the band was going to work and you'd be successful?
Not my whole leg, but like if it was a little bit that I didn't mind losing.
Would you eat your toes?
How many?
How many toes? You got
This is
some
a
to
fucked
spare.
up conversation, man. This is a fucked up conversation.
Chicken.
3 out of the 5 on each foot.
Jeez.
Fuck, that's a lot.
That is quite a few toes.
Could I pick the 3 middle ones?
That's what I was imagining as well. Wait, why would you want?
Like a rock sign with your foot.
No, I'd have my big toe, and then my second smallest one. Because I feel like you need those to balance. I don't know why I was thinking about this the other day. Oh, it's because my feet have been getting really cold recently, and I'm worried my toes are gonna fall off. I mean, they're not actually going to, but then I was thinking, do I even need toes? Like, we've evolved to need toes, right? But there's so many bones in your body, and then they're just in your feet. I mean, there's so many. They're just little squishy things, right?
I think you might need your toes
Then,
for like balancing and running.
but
I think they help quite a bit more
then-
than you realize.
then again, I've got the genetics, which means my second toe is longer than my big toe, right?
Oh,
And a little bit of insider information here. Sometimes I trip over it. And
so you can just eat
How
it.
long is
Get
this
rid of
toe?
it.
it's not long. It's not like freakishly long. It's like a couple millimeters longer than my big toe. And that's enough for me to overestimate or to underestimate how long it is and therefore trip over it. Or stub it or something. And it's like a bit of a pain, really. If someone said, I'll give you £1 million and I'll painfully remove the end of your toe and you have to eat it, I'd still say no. That's pretty weird.
£1 million. I might say yes to that.
Eating your own toe, though.
I'll just buy a new toe.
With
Made of gold. I'd buy a golden toe.
I'd just let it. I think it'd be an interesting story to tell. People would be like, why'd you have a toe missing? Because, they'd be asking you whilst you're on your yacht worth £1 million. You'd be like,
Do you see this yacht?
I traded it for the yacht. You seen all those things that people have been posting, like they do like trading journeys and they get like a car for a paperclip or something.
Yeah, they trade from a paper clip to a car.
It's like crazy.
They got one guy got up to like a house, I swear.
Maybe we should do that. Should try.
Sorry,
I don't know how staged those videos are, though.
Yeah, they might
What's this,
already have. Basically, okay, so there's these videos. They're like my trading journey, and they start with a paperclip, and they trade a paperclip for something slightly better. Then they trade that thing for something slightly better, and so on until they have like a really expensive house or something, or like
How
a really
would you
expensive
trade
car.
the house? Tesla X was like £135,000.
So,
You can get a house for
cars.
that.
Not
Can
in
you?
London.
So,
No, but in England.
Leeds was pretty nice, wasn't it?
Leeds was lovely,
And it has a nice rock scene.
or Brighton.
Brighton's more acoustic, though, right?
Yeah, that's why we need to shake it up a bit and start taking some electric instruments there. Are we going more indie or are we going more rock focused these next? I think we're doing more indie stuff, aren't we? Oh Jesus!
For the EP.
Yeah. Oh jeez.
Well, I was thinking we can maybe even delve into like grime.
Yeah. Okay. Because you can play grime on you. Can you on your drums?
I don't think you have to be concerned about the drums. I think we should be more concerned about the lyrics and stuff.
I could do
Do
that.
drill.
I'm a competent musician. Give me a genre, I'll do it.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to talk about how you like stabbed the guy and then stole his watch or something.
Yeah, but as we know from our friend
Oh,
who
is that
ghost
true?
writes, we know a guy who ghost writes for rappers and stuff, don't we? And he was telling us about how they're like these nice guys, and they said, "Oh yeah, I want you to write about how I stabbed this one guy and stole this guy's money and stuff." And it's like just lies. It's just all lies.
Oh, yeah, we don't actually ask you to do those. Just write about them.
Oh, you're asking me
Well,
to do it? Well,
That's why we be so successful, is because we've actually,
we've
we've
actually
grown up
done
on-
it. We've
we've
actually
grown up
rubbed
on the
it.
streets, man.
Oh,
I ate Alfie's leg. I
I ate Alfie's leg and it tasted like chicken. Bit of barbecue sauce made it proper finger licking. It's like, dude, I'm really scared about someone putting me in a freestyle situation. If someone's like, "Okay, you're a songwriter, freestyle right now," I'm really worried someone's gonna do that, and I will
don't
have
think
nothing.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen unless you enter like the rap
Alfie,
tournament.
freestyle
Late
right now.
It's happened already, Yan. You're
Oh
li-
no!
Wow, I already did my freestyle about Yan eating my leg and it being finger licking because it tastes like chicken. He's got nothing to dip in.
Maybe we shouldn't go into grime.
We could do 90s style hip hop.
Just go gangster rap.
Speaking of rap, have you heard about chicken? Bit of barbecue sauce makes it finger licking.
It's like every song is about. We like a concept album, except every album is the same concept album about the same concept.
What?
He met a
So,
cannibal, and now he eats people's legs.
That's some deep shit.
Sometimes when I freestyle, for freestyle, I start to lose my train of thought. For freestyle, yeah.
You should just always go back to the chicken finger licking thing, even if it doesn't rhyme.
I'll say, what's better than I'll be rapping about something. I don't. What should I be rapping about? I'll
Income tax.
income tax. I'll be like, oh, you know what? I hate income tax. You think I'm lying, but it's straight facts. If I was to tell you what's worse than tax, I'd say chicken's not. Just relax.
That was great.
You know what? Fucking light bulb. Let's get sponsored by KFC.
Sorry?
Let's get sponsored by KFC.
How are we going to get sponsored by KFC?
We'll just send them a little demo tape like that.
Hello,
Send 'em
everybody. Welcome back to the Riversiders podcast. First, we've got a little segment from our sponsor, KFC Chicken.
Can you imagine just like, just having like 10 views every video and being sponsored by KFC?
New human chicken bucket.
Well, they got so much money. If we had a contact at KFC, then you know what? Maybe we could pull it off. 10 views for the fucking thing. You're so right. Although, the first one has like 58 views.
Yeah, it's decent.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good, yeah.
So
Maybe those people will come back and be like, "Oh, what are they up to now?"
It's just poo. It's just it's about something.
every time. It's literally the 5th week in a row.
Whose
And-
poo should we talk about this week?
I think it's Alfie's turn.
Why not Essat? Essat's not his poo.
My poo. What about my poo?
Is it healthy?
Just want to talk about it.
How is it? How is it recently?
Can you imagine like going on a date with like a poo scientist and they're just fascinated with your poo and like, on the first date?
Is it healthy? No.
How would you
A
describe
poo scientist?
A scatologist?
What? Eschatologist.
Isn't that what they're called?
A scatologist. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it is. It's scatology. I was right.
I'm a scatologist. Stupidibidoo. I like to look at poo.
So is scat the scientific name of shit?
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
But
Well,
why is
scatology-
it called scatology then? That's so weird.
So does that mean scat man is just really into poo? I'm a scat man. I'm a poo man.
Oh,
No,
Right.
eschatology is the part of theology concerned with death, judgment, and the final destiny of the soul and humankind.
Are you spelling it right?
Oh.
Eschatology. What did you
No,
say?
hang on. Yeah, type in scat on the internet. And go on images.
Scatological. Scatological related to the character. Wait. Okay. Related
type in-
to or characterized by an interest in excrement or
Alright.
excretion.
Guys, all right, everyone who's listening as well, you should go on the internet and go on Google Images and type scat.
No.
What?
SCAT.
That's-
Scatological
Surely that
terms.
just means shit, right?
No, it's just being interested in it. Scatological terms, words that have to do with feces, urine, and defecation. Examples include shit, bullshit, shithead, and piss. The Wikipedia article on feces seems to indicate that scat is used in reference to wild animal droppings only.
Oh.
You know, we don't have to talk about this each
Yeah.
time.
I know. Digby brings it up every time, though. Blame him. Digby, can you promise me not to bring it up next week?
No, I feel like we have to now.
Pinky promise.
Well, what about interviews?
In interviews, you're not allowed to say it in interviews because obviously we're going to
What's the point of being in a band?
No, you have to be cheeky without being rude. If someone's like, "Oh, so how did the writing of Blindside come about? How did Digby tell us about the drums?" And you're like, "Haha, a scatologist likes shit." then whilst that would be quite funny for us, once again, this is one of them things that no one else is going to find funny.
Au contraire, I think it would be.
Au contraire.
Yeah, I'm French.
Au contraire. That's like the equivalent of saying croissant.
Au croissant.
Oh, croissant.
Like last week, I had been in Regent's Park and it had been raining, and I was just like so cold and wet.
Good song about
And
that.
I felt like I was gonna freeze, and I had to I stopped in the middle. I was so cold.
Yeah.
And then I was walking back to my accommodation, and I saw these outside Euston Station. There were like these protesters. They built like a little wooden fort and tree houses and stuff.
What?
And
What?
these police pulled up with these little cranes and started taking it apart.
What
And I
were
was
they
like,
protesting?
A railway, a new HS2.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
And I was just watching as they were taking it apart from across the street. So I was just being nosy. I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" And then I kept watching, and then eventually I just looked around me, and there's all these protesters had just gathered.
Around you?
Yeah, I think all these people had been camping outside the front of Euston Station to protest. Now all this police and stuff, and they were taking it apart. And I think so. I was all cold and wet and muddy, and I was dressed really shabbily.
Mm.
So I was this homeless man, and he was going around asking everyone for money. And he got to me, and he just stopped and looked at me and moved on. Either thought I was homeless or but anyway, they started protesting. They started drumming and stuff, and one of them was asking me to help with her bags and stuff. So I think they thought I was part of it as well. It was really odd. And then they were taking apart this tree house, and you could see the people in it. I was just watching, and they took it apart bit by bit, and eventually it was just the floor, and suddenly these people were just exposed, and you couldn't see them at all before.
Are they all naked?
No. And I just kept watching just to see what would happen. I thought there was going to be a fight or something. Oh my god, how are they going to get him down?
Get the popcorn out at the same time.
Yeah. But then the guy just got on the crane, and they took him away.
I thought at some point you were going to say it, and he's got a bulldozer. Just knock the whole thing down.
Yeah, this press started taking photos of the protesters. And I was like, oh god, but I was just sort of wandered away.
One of-
When it ended up on the
my
news.
God.
This
Yeah.
guy, he was I just move my stuff, some of my food that I just had with me from Lidl out of the way for this guy. And then I helped this woman with her bag. And then that man and that woman were got on the megaphone, and they were leading the protests and just shouting shit at the police.
We actually drove past. Do you remember we drove past their protest when we were
Yeah,
trying
I
to
do.
record
Yeah.
one of the songs? I can't remember if it was Hazy or Blindside, but I want to record with you guys again.
Well, we should probably say the goodbye thing.
Oh yeah, let's say goodbye. Yan did goodbye last time. Digby did hello this time. Who wants to say goodbye? Anybody?
That's that.
That's that. You can say goodbye.
Me. All right. Okay. Thank you everyone for listening to the Riversiders podcast.
Thank you.
We've been the Riversiders with Alfie,
Yeah.
Digby,
Hello. Oh wait, goodbye.
yeah, and Yanni.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Nice one.